welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake. In tonight's sporting frenzy, we start with world-class golf from the USPGA and then a real treat for football fans with world champions Brazil in action against the USA, who came very close to beating Germany in the quarterfinals last summer. And that's followed by another quality game with England's current rivals Turkey taking on Cameroon. Both games from the Confederations Cup. That's followed by AMA Motocross and Motorsport Mundial. But first, a quick look ahead to the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, there's more footy from the Confederations Cup with mighty France taking on New Zealand, and that's followed by Japan versus Colombia. Then it's fast tracks with power sports, and we finish with the Chicago Fire versus the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars from Major League Soccer. Wednesday, and it's Major League Baseball with Johnny Gould and Josh Chetwynd, and then more footy with Brazil versus Turkey, a repeat of last year's World Cup semi-final, plus the USA versus Cameroon. And Thursday, we will be covering the semi-finals of the Confederations Cup, closing the night with the game of the week from Argentina, plus the rest of the highlights from the Torneo Clausura, plus MLS with the LA Galaxy versus New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. That's Sunday, but we start off tonight with golf and the USPGA tournament from the Westchester County Club in Harrison with the Buick Classic. Welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake and I'll be with you from now until 6 this morning with a football bonanza from the Confederations Cup. Two games tonight with France versus New Zealand leading the way, and that's followed by Japan versus Colombia. Then we have a brief power sports interlude with fast tracks, and we complete the night with Major League Soccer and the Chicago Fire versus the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. But before we begin, let's check out tomorrow and Thursday. Wednesday, and it's Major League Baseball with Johnny Gould and Josh Chetwynd, and then more footy with Brazil versus Turkey, a repeat of last year's World Cup semi-final, plus the USA versus Cameroon. And Thursday, we will be covering the semi-finals of the Confederations Cup, closing the night out with the game of the week from Argentina, plus the rest of the highlights from the Torneo Clausura, plus MLS with the LA Galaxy versus New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. Don't forget, coming out later, more footy with Japan versus Colombia, but we kick off now with France versus New Zealand from the start of France, and commentary from John Helm. Hello and welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake. In tonight's sporting spectacular, we start with world-class golf from the USPGA and then a real treat for football fans with the Confederation Cup final. And that's followed by the third place playoff, and we follow that with NASCAR and FIM Motorsports. But first, a quick look ahead to the rest of the week. Tomorrow night there's boxing action from the USA with our fight of the week. Pro Celebrity Golf with Sir Steve Redgrave's Golden 5 Golf, Indy Racing League from Richmond, Virginia, and lots of balmy extreme sports with the Global X Games and the Red Bull Ride. And all of that topped off with another chance to see the LA Galaxy versus the New York and New Jersey Metro Stars from the MLS. Wednesday, and it's baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco Giants, followed by baseball replay, Australian rules football, and round 13 of the championship. And we close with power sports and fast tracks. Thursday night, and we start with a classic from the greatest and Muhammad Ali versus Floyd Patterson. Then it's footy all the way, and we start with the penultimate weekend of the season from Argentina, followed by all the highlights from the rest of the games, and the night ends with the Chicago Fire versus New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. That's Thursday, but we start off tonight with golf and the USPGA tournament from the Tournament Players Club in Memphis, Tennessee, the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake and I'll be with you from now until 6 this morning with boxing and the fight of the week from the USA, Pro Celebrity Golf, Indie Racing League, Extreme Sports and Major League Soccer. But before we begin, let's check out tomorrow and Thursday. Wednesday, and it's baseball with the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants, followed by baseball replay, Australian rules football and round 13 of the championship. And we close with power sports and fast tracks. Thursday night, we start with a classic from the greatest and Muhammad Ali versus Floyd Patterson. Then it's footy all the way and we start with the penultimate weekend of the season from Argentina, followed by all the highlights from the rest of the games, and the night ends with the Chicago Fire versus New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. Don't forget, coming up later, Pro Celebrity Golf with Steve Redgrave, but right now, top class boxing and the fight of the week from the USA. See you in an hour. Welcome to Sports on 5. My name is Sophie Blake and a night of boxing and football ahead of us with a Muhammad Ali Classic, followed by football from Argentina and MLS from the USA. And we start with the greatest and Muhammad Ali's fight against Floyd Patterson from 1965. Ali had not long turned to Islam, and Patterson, a devout Catholic, had complained about the growth of the Muslim movement among the American black community at that time. Not a good idea when you're about to fight a world champion many years younger than yourself. Ali naturally was not best pleased by Patterson's remark, and what followed, as they say, was tasty. See you in an hour for football from Argentina. Welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake. In tonight's Sport on 5, there's world-class golf from the USPGA, NASCAR, V8 Supercars, X Games and football from Argentina. But first, a quick look ahead to some of the highlights from the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, that's Tuesday in case you couldn't work it out, there's boxing action from the USA with our fight of the week and a junior welterweight contest from the USABA Crown between Mike Stewart and Terran Millett. That's followed by Pro Celebrity Golf with the Steve Redgrave's Golden 5 Golf. Then there's the Indie Racing League from Kansas and lots of crazy extreme sports with the Global X Games and the 2002 Summer X Games. Wednesday, and it's baseball with the Boston Red Sox at the Toronto Blue Jays. And on Thursday night, we start with a classic from the greatest with Muhammad Ali versus Bob Foster. Then it's footy all the way and we start with the final game of the season from Argentina. Can River Plate take the title? Find out tonight when they face Racing Club. That's Thursday, but we start off tonight with golf and the USPGA tournament from the Cog Hill Country Club in Illinois with the 100th Western Open. Welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake and I'll be with you from now until 6 this morning with boxing and the fight of the week from the USA, Pro Celebrity Golf, Indie Racing League, Extreme Sports and Major League Soccer. But before we start, let's check out tomorrow and Thursday. Wednesday, and it's baseball with the Boston Red Sox at the Toronto Blue Jays, followed by baseball replay, Australian rules football and round 13 of the championship. And we close with power sports and fast track. Thursday night, and we start with a classic. Then it's footy all the way and we start with the final round of the season from Argentina, followed by all the highlights from the rest of the games, and the night ends with the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars versus DC United, and highlights of the 2002 X Games. Don't forget, coming up later, Pro Celebrity Golf with Steve Redgrave. But right now, top class boxing and the fight of the week from the USA. See you in an hour. welcome to Sport on 5. My name is Sophie Blake, and a nicer boxing and football ahead of us with a Muhammad Ali Classic, followed by football from Argentina and MLS from the USA. And we start with the greatest and Muhammad Ali's fight against Ken Norton from 1973. Muhammad Ali was on the long road back to regaining his World Heavyweight Championship. In March of that year, he faced Ken Norton, one of the many great heavyweights of that era. Ali was the firm favourite to win with the punters, but many experts predicted an upset. Warm welcome to Sport on 5 with me, Sophie Blake. On tonight's show, there's World Championship Boxing from the States, Pro Celebrity Golf with Sir Steve Redgrave, and Extreme Sports with the X Games from the USA and Canada. Before we kick off, a quick tour of the highlights of the rest of the week.
Got a charge and bare hand.
Man. What a play. He looks up, you can put it on the board. Yes! Albert Pujols has done it again. Look up. Unbelievable.
Tomorrow is baseball night and a special show with the 2003 All-Star Game presented by Jonathan Gould and David Lengel. Then on Thursday there's a boxing classic with Muhammad Ali versus Oscar Bonavena, plus top-class football action with the friendly between FC Cologne and Liverpool. All that and the MLS game between DC United and the Chicago Fire, and another chance to see the epic France versus Turkey semi-final of the Confederations Cup, played only last month. But straight to the action now, and what a start to the night with championship boxing from the USA. It's Fight of the Week. Welcome to Sport on 5 for an evening packed with the finest in both football and boxing. In a moment we revisit 1970 for an archive bout featuring the man who was simply the greatest, Muhammad Ali against Oscar Bonavena. After that there's football with Liverpool in action in a prestige friendly against FC Cologne, plus MLS as the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars take on the New England Revolution. And we end with the best of the Confederations Cup action between Brazil and Cameroon from earlier this month. Straight into the action then, and we rewind just like Mr. Craig David himself back to 1970 and Muhammad Ali's long journey back to reclaim the World Heavyweight title. His opponent here is Oscar Bonavena, the Bull of the Pampas.